It's Storm Kiara, and yeah, we're still here.
Storm Keanu!
We're stuck inside doing a podcast. It's me, Jenny. I'm the DM. I'm with Alex.
Hi, it's terribly windy.
And Amy.
Hello.
And in the background, if you can hear him over the wind, is Olin Moore. He's our sound dude.
It's me, your friendly neighborhood sound guy.
He's been blown away by Storm Keanu.
Several times.
He keeps coming around in a loop.
It's okay, 'cause I've still got my headphones.
This shambles of a podcast has been brought to you by our patrons, people like Hart, Sydney Carpenter, Sam Young, Morgan Stav, and Alexandra Tiano,
Keanu.
which rhymes with Keanu.
Keanu Reeves!
Thank you very much for your support. We are unendingly and unspeakably grateful.
Thanks, y'all.
Broadway_nerd at Broadway Nerd 4. Did you ever think that this would happen when Alex put the high host speed paint on his channel?
Oh my god, no.
Absolutely not.
Because the thing with that speed paint, it was like, I recorded it because I was like, oh, this would be fun to make a video out of and document, like,
Well,
for
it's
our
for
own
Jenny's
entertainment.
birthday, wasn't it?
Exactly. The picture was just like a thing that I'd been wanting to draw for ages, and then your birthday came up, and I was like, oh, I can do this for Jenny's birthday. It's going to be awesome. And that was the only sort of thing about it. But then it like got so much steam, and we were like, oh shit, people
yeah, I mean, that video's
like
almost
this.
at 1 million views.
Is it? Oh
The
god.
Vine video is at 1 million views.
Yeah, I think that was probably the kicker, because like, again, that was one that I just made for our enjoyment.
Everyone was like, oh, I wanna know more about the campaign, I wanna know about these characters, and then you put up the Vine video and that really kicked off.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, maybe we can do this, you
like,
know?
people
it
are
changed
actually
from this thing
interested
of like,
in this. Like,
yeah. It changed from like, oh, imagine if we did that, to like, oh, we should do that.
I'm so grateful that this happened though, because like we get to work on something I love so much, right?
Yeah.
Like High Hopes and our D&D thing is probably my most favorite thing in the world. I treasure it, and the fact that we get to
it
work
means the
on
world. It really does.
Oh my goodness!
Alex's D&D speed paint is currently at 871,000.
Holy smokes!
Spicy.
So it's coming up. to
Yeah.
1 million.
Wow.
And thank you for that, everybody who's watched it. It's quite fun with that video, because I swear to God, every time we're in the same room together, one of you will pull it up on the TV, and I'll be like, "Stop making me listen to my own voice."
And, oh my goodness, sorry, no context, but
No.
adjusted the colours on my tablet the other day because the colour balance is terrible, and I adjusted them, and then I looked at my background on my tablet and I was like, Nagar's tattoos have different colours? I was like, whoa! So yeah, that was
I love that you have that as your screensaver, though, the portrait.
my most favourite thing in the world.
It was really fun, actually. I remember when I like gave that to you as your birthday present, because like I just brought it along to one of the sessions and stuff, and all of you guys were like, "Oh, whoa!" But then it took like a good 2 minutes before Matt was like, "Jenny's in it." Like you're all looking at the characters, and then it was like, look slightly up, and the DM's in the background.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Oh, I love it so much.
But yeah, no, I don't think any of us could have imagined
No.
that we'd be here now doing
No way.
doing this, even doing a podcast kind of thing.
Mental.
It's great. Love it.
Blaze on YouTube says, I'm a DM for an upcoming campaign and I've been having difficulties getting together with my players to run the session. How do you guys get your players together for sessions? We don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
It's a real massive struggle. There's a reason that's a meme, right? That joke about
It was easier when we were in uni because we all had the same schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, uni was great because we could play it every week.
once a week.
Sometimes twice a week.
So good.
I swear to God, it was like the thing that got me through class.
Same. It was the thing.
Jesus.
Whenever we had to cancel a session for that week, I was just so low for that week. I was like, oh, my life is meaningless. But
We've been, last year, how many times did we play? Like 3?
we
Yeah.
played 3 times last year. We played once this year so far. We wanted to try again this month, but we might be able to.
We might be.
Don't know. Depends how our living situation ends up.
Yeah, here's some behind the scenes. The reason that this podcast and the last podcast had Amy in it is because we live together.
Yeah.
And we also live with Oliver, our sound engineer. So that's convenient. Alex lives down the road from us, kind of.
Yeah, but down
in the town over.
down the county. For me.
Down the county.
Well, he's in a different county.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
everybody
close.
else, Matt, Beth, Phil Jazz, they live an hour away from us up north. Yeah. Everything is up north of here. We live on the coast.
Yeah.
They live in Surrey.
Yeah, thereabouts.
And Mimi and Oliver, we've just been evicted.
We're not bad tenants. This is our landlord hates us.
Yeah, and I was selling the property, so we have to get out. So all of our original plans for like, because everything has to happen, in weekend chunks, right? Because that's the only time that everybody has free. All of our sort of weekend plans have kind of been thrown because now we have to go find somewhere to live. But there you go. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
How do you get your players together for sessions? It is hard.
But I would say, like, when you can manage it, do it for 9 hours straight.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
The best way we did it was this month we want to play at some point. We need to pick a weekend. That's our weekend. And then we get there. We sleep down the night before. And then as soon as we wake up, we have breakfast and then we play until we go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the longest
like the
one
best
we
way to spend a
did.
weekend.
The longest one we did was 14 hours, I think.
And that was after playing for about 8 hours the day before.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Well,
no,
we were
'cause we
so
played-
tired afterwards.
No,
but
because you guys all turned up. We played for the whole day, and then we realised it was a bank holiday weekend, so we had an extra day. So then we played for another whole day, and then we played for a little bit in the morning, and then we all went home.
So basically, play on bank holiday weekend.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the
Don't
answer.
think they have those in the States.
Oh, no, they do.
Do they?
It's just not called bank holidays.
Okay. Well, basically, you have to seize every opportunity, and you have to keep on at it. You have to keep nagging each other to
Keep on
sort it
trucking.
out. Yeah.
We're really lucky because we're all still super, super close. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mirror Insanity, also on YouTube. What is the campaign setting? And do you have any advice for other DMs, like useful tools or storytelling advice? The world is set in our homebrew world, Arcaden. That's the campaign setting. Do I have any useful tools? Is Kobold Fight Club.
Fun name.
Which is kobold.club. It's a encounter builder. So you put in the number of players you have and what level they are, and then you can add monsters into the encounter, and then it tells you if it'll be easy, medium, hard, or deadly.
Always go for deadly.
Always
Jenny's
go for
eyes
deadly.
seem to say.
And that's very useful. It also tells you how much experience points if you're running an experience points based game. We're not.
God, can you imagine the maths on that?
Yeah. I also discovered through Kobold.club that they have that there's an encounter runner, like a digital initiative tracker, which allows you to plug in monsters, and then it gives you the monster stats on the thing in front of you.
Oh, great.
Which was so helpful. We used it last session. Do I have any other tips or tools? I don't think so.
I personally would recommend Roll20, and oh no, there's another one as well, and I can't remember the name of it. But there are a lot of resources online that are good for like building your character sheet if you don't have resources available.
Roll20 is good for if you guys can't meet in person and you play over Discord. I did that for a little bit, and that's good. So.
Oh, 5e tools. That's the other site. I use that for whenever I need to pick new spells. It's got a really good like comprehensive index of just everything. I think it's got like a DM board option on there as well, so you can like pin different stuff to one sort of page. So that's helpful.
Do you have any storytelling advice? Leave gaps. More recently, I've been forcing them to the players. This is to improvise, like that. Make more decisions. We haven't written everything down, so there's more gaps in the world so that they can fill stuff in if they want to, which is more interesting.
I feel like if you make the story too linear, it becomes complicated because your players will derail it.
Yeah.
Because you're not all in the same head, and everyone's got different ideas.
And if you're like, this can only have one outcome, you're wrong.
like have an idea of sort of what's happening, but also don't make it too linear because everyone's got different ideas and it goes in different directions.
There are some very good. I don't really feel qualified to offer any advice because we talk quite regularly about how loose my Dungeon Master style is and how crap my notes are. How to be a great GM is a YouTube channel, I think, run by a guy from New Zealand. It was really good. They also have, through that channel, they also have a website where you can find games to join, both online and IRL. So that's great. play with people you like.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
If you're not having a good time, don't make yourself
Yeah.
do it.
That is the best advice. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's happened with me where I've been in a campaign and it's just I felt uncomfortable, I felt unwelcome, but I made myself play it and I just had a miserable time. Made me feel rubbish. So
Yeah,
don't.
and it's like there are better things you could be doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like if you're not feeling comfortable, you're not missing out if you drop out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And as a dungeon master, I mean, we talk a lot about. I say we. I mean the D&D community. Like, it's shit when your players are trying to win because you know, how do you win at life, right? You're RPing a life, right? How do you win? So when they're trying to take you, the dungeon master, down, it's a lot of work and it's boring. And when they're like, haha, I fucked up all of your plans, like, great.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
Now
fun for
what?
anybody.
Like-
Now we have to stop the session because you've ruined it. I wouldn't be afraid to kick people. I mean, look, I'm 27 this year, and I think both Alex and Amy can probably attest to like my give no shits attitude.
Oh, for
but like,
sure.
I would not be afraid to kick people
No.
Oh yeah.
out
Well,
of the game.
And that's important. You communicate with your players and you tell them when they're being a bastard, right? And you're like, hey, this thing happened. That's the important thing, is you got to talk to each other. And
Communication is the key.
you don't have to be horrible to one another. Just talk about it. And if someone's being a pain in the ass, talk about it.
And for both like DMs and players, it's so much more like important to keep in mind that like it's just more fun for everybody when it's more collaborative.
Yeah.
Like with a lot of the NPCs that you put into our game, like we love them, and like there should be things like that, as well as like villains that you're meant to hate and like, you know, tasks you're meant to overcome. It's also like stuff you need to work out collaboratively with the DM.
Also, another thing that we need to know, if you're a player and you make mistakes, or you know a player who keeps making mistakes, don't go for them. Like, again, talk to them about it. Make sure you communicate, because some people don't know they're making the mistakes, and like some people are new to the game. And it's a whole thing. Just
Be
talk
nice to each other.
Yeah, be nice
I
to
think
each
that's all it
other
boils down
and
to, really.
communicate. Don't.
And that's
Don't-
how you make a good D&D.
Yeah, don't be horrible.
That's the recipe.
Yeah.
Meridian MC says, I'm so excited to hear more from this party and your group's antics, etc. I
We do have
myself
a
have
lot of
just started
antics.
my first, technically second, but the first was cut campaign. And I have been so excited. Indulging all of the High Hopes and Rolls content has been fun and inspiring, so thanks to all of you for making it known. Any favourite moments of the players getting into character during campaign sessions?
Oh yeah. I mean, just any time Phil does like stuff in character comes to mind.
Here we go back
'cause-
to Phil being the only actor.
yeah,
Yeah.
and a method actor at
Yeah,
that. So
he doesn't know that he's doing it,
no.
He just does it.
but he like physically sinks into whoever he's playing, doesn't he?
Mhm.
Remember,
Very
you
impressive.
got Erin to come in to do a very specific NPC that was there to offend Hashaan. And as soon as he started talking, I felt sick. I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
But it was so good.
Fun.
Phil and Erin, they're great.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Get some actors
Get some
to
actors.
join your campaign. It's great.
I do think that, especially with, obviously we talked about Hashaan having to make choices, right? I think it's very interesting how the more time goes on, the more, you know, you have to actually think about those choices, right? That Hashaan's like biggest character trait for me is making choices, right?
Yeah.
She decides.
Well, because that's the thing. Like I was saying earlier, it's really hard work, because Gimgar doesn't have to think about her decisions or her choices, because she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care if she's good or bad. Whereas Hashaan has to be good, and it's hard work.
I'll give you a little spoiler, but recently in the game where we are, not where the animation is, the mayor was like, you can't leave Kadar. You have to stay within Kadar's, both the city and the lowlands. You have to stay within our national borders, basically. And that was very interesting to me as the dungeon master, because that really shows the characters individually. both through their choices and their actions, but also like through the conversation that has happened since then about that. Like, it's very interesting because when you put that kind of like stressor on your players, like stress and like suffering really kind of like reveals the kind of people that we are. It does the same sort of thing.
And like that sort of ultimatum led to like some great exchanges.
Yeah,
like they
so
were
really
really
interesting
fun.
conversations.
Yeah.
It's like cross-party sort of debates almost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was great. I think there are some other like really fun in-character moments that are also just sort of like we've said before, like a lot of characters are just sort of you at the table. Like there are moments where Gwing gets really no nonsense, and it's like Beth is just a no nonsense person in general, but
Yeah.
it suits Gwing so well.
And
it's
I
like,
love
this is
how blunt she can be. Like, there was the point in the last session where Hashaan was like, I don't know if we should do this. I don't think I can go. And then she was like, and then Gwing was like, you don't have to come. And then I was like, oh yeah. She was like, oh
Yeah, Gwing,
okay.
the ranger aspect of Gwing is almost like incidental to her personality, right? Where she sits and she listens and then she watches and then she's like, well, you don't have to come. Like,
She's
yeah.
she's so good.
She's great.
I think
she's
that kind of like
excellent.
no nonsenseness, like much like Matt and Beth in real life, really balances out Rook's
Oh yeah,
nonsenseness.
Rook's like garbled sentences
Yeah.
and like
Gwyn's
distraction
translator.
thoughts and
I think Jazz has some really nice character moments as Mina as well. Like the little calm moments she
Yeah.
has, it's like, this is just delightful.
And she always makes such interesting choices as well.
Yeah.
Like Mina always surprises me, like because you tend to put her into this box of well, she's soft and she's gentle and
Good
stuff,
girl,
and
yeah.
she's
But
like
God, some of the stuff
She
she did in a
can
recent
kick
combat session
ass.
Yeah.
was just hot. It was
Yeah.
great.
She can kick ass.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
and but also she makes choices. I guess I would think of her as being quite sentimental,
Oh yeah.
but she makes choices sometimes where I think, well, that's a really big sacrifice for you,
Yeah.
but she does it anyway.
She's so good.
Mina's great. I love
Oh,
Mina so
nice.
much.
And I think that's quite relative to Jazz as well. Isn't
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
it?
Jazz is also great. We love Jazz so much.
Such a sweetie.
What I love is when things get really political in our game, Jazz will like to take a break. So she's like, Mina's going to go fishing. I love that. And then we
Yeah.
have like a little Mina segment.
Yeah.
And we all really appreciate that because it kind of just lightens the mood, takes the weight off us for a few minutes.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you, well, like it gives Mina, it gives it all of you kind of like room to think for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
So Kelsey at oddish_wanderous on
I
Twitter.
love these names.
One, how did you come up with the name High Hopes Low Rolls? That's a
How?
Beth. That's a Beth thing.
Was that a
it?
Beth?
Yeah.
Oh.
Beth, well, Beth was like, well, how about High Hopes? As like, because I did that thing where I was like, and what are y'all called, right? Like, what do I call the
When
group
High
of
apparently
you? Yeah.
rolled into Cowboy
We're
Town
like, what do I write you down as? And,
when they met an old prospector in the tavern.
and I don't really remember, but we were sort of having a back and forward about it, and Beth was like, well, how about just High Hopes is the name? I was like, cool. And as a joke, I was like, High Hopes, Low Rolls, right? Because, it's dumb. And it kind of stuck. Who has the most spirit when it comes to being the most daring? Imagine being a scout and naming badges for each person.
I don't know what that last part means.
Scout badges.
Oh, scout badge. Oh, badges.
Badges, not badgers.
Okay, good. That was what I heard.
Okay.
I was like,
Angry raccoons, I
where
go.
where are they going to get that many
Dun, dun,
badgers? Like,
Badgers are just angry raccoons, though, aren't they?
no, raccoons are better than that. No offense to badgers.
Wow.
No, wait.
I
No,
mean,
wait. Other
it's
way
fine, I'm a
round.
Hufflepuff, I
No,
can
sorry,
say it.
other way round. Raccoons. No, what?
What?
So the question.
Badgers are angry raccoons. There we go.
Yeah.
Got there in the end.
Mm-hmm. Do they have badges in the US? I don't think they do they?
Honey badgers, maybe?
Yeah, I think they got badges. We
Which
said
are
the word
crazy
badger way
beasts.
too much.
Okay.
Scout badges.
Scout badges.
What's the
Oh.
question?
Who has the most spirit when it comes to the most daring? Imagine being a scout and naming badges for each person.
I think Mina can be quite daring.
I think, here's the thing. Daring comes in many shapes.
Yeah.
And some of them are very stupid. Some of them are reckless. Some of them are brave. Some of them
Malark.
are Malark.
He makes some choices, that boy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Stupid choices.
Feels like, I want to be Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. I'm going to go poke a wyvern in the eye.
Just choices.
See,
He
I
makes.
think- yeah.
I mean, Phil plays him very true to the sort of 18-year-old turmoil that he is.
Yeah.
I mean, Mallet makes the kind of choices that, I mean,
That an
admittedly-
18-year-old in turmoil
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
Well, Mina drank the dirt water because we were too afraid to, and she was like, I'll do it!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was like I put this like goof potion into a shop, which was like if it's like it smells like bog water, right?
Mhm.
And it looks like
Mhm.
bog water, but doesn't have a price on it. So I guess you can have it for free, bundled in with all this stuff you're buying. And Mina drank it because nobody knew what it did, and it killed her. Like, effectively, it killed her and then immediately brought her back like 30 minutes later. So it was just long enough for everybody to be
Yeah.
like full on
So,
panic
like-
mode, drag her body to a temple.
Yeah,
and like,
because Mina is like Hashaan's baby. Like, Hashaan adores
A very
Mina.
tall baby.
Like, Hashaan loves her, and then she watches her baby die in front of her, and she's like, and then she like drags it to like the temple, and she's
just,
like,
just
fix
as,
her.
just as you get to the temple of Cord, and the head monk is like, well, I'm a monk. What do you want me to do?
And she's like,
And then
"That
she
was-"
wakes up.
Yeah.
It's like, what did I miss? But yeah, I think there's a line between.
You're fucking fly.
Oh.
You're fly. Because you had to go from one end of the town to the other.
So
There's two people and a corpse on a giant fly bumbling through this city.
for context, one of Paddy's magical items is a giant fly that he can deploy every now and then.
It's one
like
of the
like the
statues of
insect.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
just
like an
very-
obnoxious wiggly motorbike. And I love him. He's so good, but he's not discreet.
He's
Yeah.
got a saddle.
He's a good boy.
So Blue, who is at Blue Sainty on Twitter, who's one of the people who did a bunch of Project Heart
Sainty.
Attack art.
Oh,
We know them.
Sainty asks, or Blue rather asks, describe your perfect set of dice. No budget limits exist.
Oh my god, I saw some on Twitter the other day, or like last week. I don't know how time works. It could have been any time really. But I saw one that was like it has lights inside of it, like LEDs, and you can program different patterns for different roles.
Damn
So if
right.
you roll a nat 20, it puts on like a little specific light show, and I'm like, that is fucking sexy, man. Like, give me some of that.
I really want some obsidian dice because I'm goth AF, but I've already got like my most treasured pair of dice, and they're my orange and blue ones that Liam got me for my birthday, and they are literally the best dice I've ever owned, and I like fucking every time I roll them, they never let me down. Thank you, Liam. Best gift ever. Liam gets like.
I have a couple of sets of like precious gem dice. I have some rose quartz and some strawberry quartz dice, which are really nice. And I think I would just go on getting more sets of those. The thing about them though is that you have to
Really
store
fragile,
them.
aren't they?
Yeah, they're really, because they're like really hard. You have to store them separately. Otherwise, like in my dice bag, they do hit each other and then they crack and they shatter and stuff. So like a really nice set, and then like, you know, some dice boxes or whatever, that would be good. She also asks, where do you and your characters fall on the infamous jock nerd / prep goth scale?
Oh man. Probably edging towards goth a little bit nerd.
Emo. E-boy.
Hefty nerd. Fucking god, if Paddy was an e-boy. Don't. I watched one of Markiplier and Ethan's videos the other day where they turn Mark into an e-boy.
Oh my goodness.
Now I've just got that as my sort of default e-boy image in my head.
How about Hashaan? I mean, we did that.
Well, we did the high school.
the high school
High hopes.
AAU, yeah. So we know that Gimgar's like
Gimgar's a jock.
I think
Yeah.
Hashaan would be a prep jock.
Hashaan and
Hashaan is definitely sport. But
Hashaan was like
she's like coach.
she's Serena Williams, right? So she's like
Goddess.
she's like at the university down the road, like fucking, winning gold medals and slaying.
Gimgar is in the football team because the school don't know what else to do with her. She's a problem child.
So she's just like jock.
Yeah. Nagar's on the football team because he's good at sports.
Another pure jock.
Yeah. And Gimgar makes his life hell.
Actually, Gimgar might be a bit goth.
No. She's
You
a bit
sure?
punk. Maybe a little bit punk. Not goth. A little bit punk. Or
Gross, isn't she?
yeah, she's gross.
From Tumblr, Anonymous asks, has anyone ever dressed up in character for a session?
Yes.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
I
for
did it
one.
for my birthday one time. So every year on my birthday, I make everyone play D&D for a whole day because I'm obsessed. And we all turned up. Attempted to dress as our characters.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz actually painted herself blue.
Yeah.
Oh god, she did.
And went to Tesco and everyone thought she was a Smurf. That's very Jazz.
She is only a wee thing.
That's kind of like when we went to go see Star Wars and she painted herself green and then stuck paper cones to the side of her head and put a brown towel around her and she was like, I'm Yoda.
Does Jazz paint herself on any occasion? Is that just a thing?
I mean, she's definitely like full on enthusiasm, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I hadn't
been-
heard of the Yoda thing though.
I've dressed up as Gimgar.
Matt is a
Rook.
wizard, right? He is Rook Lunera.
Yeah.
So
He's just got to put on a
the-
cape.
the poncho and the wizard pants and the big hat. That's
Yeah.
like his aesthetic anyway.
If any of you guys listening have seen the sticker promo video we made ages ago for one of the High Hopes designs on our sticker store, it's just Matt screaming in a field, and that is both him and Rook in
Well,
motion.
when we went to MCM, he did a really good dress up. As,
he did, yeah.
As Rick. Also on my birthday again, Beth did a really good dress up of Gwing.
Yeah.
Really good.
We I did post to Tumblr ages ago a picture of us playing in a student house in the garden one summer. It was your birthday, right?
Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah.
So like Matt has his wizard pants on and there's like, Beth eating strawberries and wishing it was better, and Phil's dressed as Malark, but it's like the end of the day, so he's taken off quite a lot of the accessories and stuff.
Matt is in his pants, not just wearing them. I mean, him and Jazz, because they're
And
both wearing harem pants. They've pulled them up over their shoulders.
Yeah.
And they're doing the weird little crab walk.
And Amy has painted my arm to have a set of tattoos for one of the characters. They're an NPC. So yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to do proper cosplay of them someday. I think that.
And you've
so
got
cool.
Paddy's cape thing.
Nah, not really.
Well, you did bring it.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Oh, it was cool.
Yeah.
I would love to do a full
I would
proper
really
cosplay.
like to have a proper version of Paddy's
I
cloak.
really want to do
It's-
the Dragonborn thing that we're on about, but whether we'll get the time is another story.
We discussed a design concept which is kind of like so like in our generation, I think every prop maker is obsessed with the Lion King musical because just puppets.
If you ever get a chance to go see it, please do. You'll cry instantly. I cried the whole way through.
So the concept there is you don't hide the actor. You're not trying to cover them in the puppet. They, they're
Become
still
part
the
of it.
focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I particularly want to build the rig that allows Mufasa and Scar's masks to descend past their faces, but we want to do sort of similar thing with the Dragonborn where you stylize their heads and then basically make their head into the helmet and then
On stilts as well.
stilt them and then do the armor, basically allow the actor to wear armor that's variant depending on the Dragonborn, but also dependent on their class. So good.
It's a tasty idea.
Yeah. Your true nemesis on Tumblr. Question for Amy.
Oh, hello.
As a person who plays a small angry barbarian, what's your favourite way to attack? How do you use your size to your advantage when you're attacking?
I'd never really considered her size because she's big in both ways, right?
He's the tallest that a dwarf can be.
Yeah. That's the thing with me.
You're physically incapable of playing a technically short
I
character.
can't. I just can't be short ever. Like, I have to be tall.
I think a great method of attack for Gimgar is hold me sideways and use my head as a battering ram.
Like, before I multi-class Gimgar, she was just a fighter, so I upped the AC to as high as it could go. I had like 22 AC at one point.
But you don't miss that, Jenny.
No.
And because I had magic as well.
That feels like it might not even be something that you can do with the rules, I'll be honest.
I think it was. Like, I figured it out. I managed to get her AC because, oh no, it wasn't 22, it was 21 or something.
21
I
is
mean, regardless,
probably
Regardless,
ridiculous.
it was stupid high.
Yeah.
We got the AC really high up, and then I used magic called Blur or something like that, and it made me
Yeah.
impossible to hit. So
God,
every
it
time,
was so fucking annoying. I remember now.
so every time someone tried to hit me, I had disadvantage, and because I'm a fighter, I generally hit all the time.
Worst.
That's what it was with Gimgar, and with Gimgar, it is just beefing her out as much as possible. Like, she's got the highest HP out of everyone in our game. Her AC isn't as high now because she's barbarian, so that is the disadvantage of that. But
You know,
I'm
swings and roundabouts, I guess.
I'm aiming to go for totem, the bear barbarian.
Of course.
Just make it impossible, make it so she can't die until she decides.
Question for the DM. Have you ever noticed that a monster is too strong or too weak for the party and made it in the middle of battle and made it weaker or stronger? I'm currently planning the first session for my party, and I'm afraid that my monsters are too strong or too weak. Have you ever felt that the monsters have been too weak?
I fully thought you were just going to lean into the microphone and be like, kill them.
I mean, as a base rule, I whack the difficulty up as high as I can. I don't set out with the intention of TPK. I don't want that to happen because obviously it's not fun. So there has been a couple of times where halfway through a fight I've been like, oh wow, we're halfway through already. This is too much, and I've knocked off a couple of things. We did in the most recent session, they were attacked by some bandits or whatever, and I realized halfway through that one of the bandits that I had sort of is a reskin something else, had some legendary actions, and I was like, we're probably not gonna touch those. That's probably why it's like a powerful monster. So yeah, I would say it's easier to make things weaker than it is to make them stronger suddenly, because you can just forget that they have certain abilities.
Yeah.
But if you make them stronger, you kind of have to be like suddenly fire engulfs them and now they're on fire and you'll take fire damage or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You have to come up with a reason.
Yeah, well, there's been opportunities where you've made it very clear that if we want to fight this person, it's going to be hard. So you need to talk your way out of this if you want.
Yes.
You don't want to fight.
There have been rare occasions where we've managed that.
Certain NPCs, I don't want you to fight.
Yeah.
So,
oh god.
because if you were to engage them, either they would kill you or you would kill them, and that would be annoying to me. So, those are times where I'm like, I look very pointedly at Matthew before he says something stupid and offensive, and I'm like, this person has got big muscles, Matthew.
Sometimes that works, but sometimes that just provokes him, though.
Yeah, it
and
does.
he's just like,
I
don't care about your big muscles. I've got a big book of spells.
He's like, well, guess what? And your big muscles and your fuck you.
One of the worst things about playing Hashaan is like, she's got really high charisma. She's got the highest charisma she can get. But me, I don't have charisma.
And there it is.
Because I'm me and I can't form words or sentences, not in writing nor in speech.
I mean, that's the thing with having high charisma stats, because like Paddy's got really high charisma as well, and I love using those skills. But then every now and then I'll go into it and just be like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, but you're generally quite successful because you're very quick-witted. Whereas Hashaan is like, she's good at being intimidating. She's not good at being persuasive.
To be fair, I remember there was like a great example of that, which I think maybe we can mention. Like, we were both looking for like some item or other, in a shady casino sort of area. And
I was like, I can get my way through this. I've got the charisma.
Yeah.
If I've got the role, I'm fine. I forgot that conversation is a thing you need to have.
yeah, it's not all dice when it's the charisma stuff.
No,
But, like-
not when it comes to talking.
Yeah, you can't just go up to the bar and be like, I persuade the bartender to give me
Yeah.
the thing.
And then
And I'm like, well, what do you say to him? And you're like, I persuade him.
I'm like, don't do this to me, Jenny. Come on.
It was
Give
just
me this
so
one
funny,
thing.
like in that moment, because it was like you and Katie both tried your damnedest, and you got maybe like half of what you were looking for.
We
and
didn't
then-
even get anything. We were
Did
just
you
told
not?
no. We were just told to leave, and I was like,
That's even better.
Well, you sent your nan and the cop like into the thieves guild, right? Like,
I mean, we didn't send them; they just went.
That's true.
yeah.
But then, like, the two rogues go up afterwards. And
Oh
we're
yeah,
just
you
like,
got exactly what you wanted
yeah,
straight away.
and more, and it was great.
No, I can't. I've got the stat, but I don't have the skill.
Do you guys use miniatures? Oh, sorry, this is from
Oh.
Anonymous and on Tumblr. Do you guys use miniatures and maps, or is it theatre of the
I would
mind?
love if we had actual
Our
miniatures.
miniatures are D4s.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both. Here's what tends to happen. I forget that when I'm playing an encounter, that means that there will be an actual fight. So we don't have maps. I have a couple of sheets of pre-gridded paper that we have drawn up beforehand. That tends to get slapped down, and I might hastily draw on the limitations of the area. And then everybody dumps on a dice that they're not using, usually a D4. We used to have, Amy did these amazing character tokens for us,
They're a bit big.
which worked really, really well, but they were massive. So carrying around the paper for the map became unwieldy, so we stopped using them.
Also finding the table space for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
table space.
But I
Well,
like
no.
that's how we do it though.
Yeah, me
There,
'cause-
too.
was one fight we had though. I remember back in uni, which was so cool.
Oh, you
yeah,
built the
made-
little-
Yeah, prop maker that you are, you made like a cool like map
Mhm.
for it.
Yeah, I still have all those pieces, but we're not really ever in those environments. I never get to use them. But I made it like at the arena, and I made some terrain and stuff.
You
and
can't get Dwarven Forge. Homemade is fine.
Yeah. And I would really like to start doing that. I think encounters can be more interesting when the environment is more
Like tactile.
and more comprehensive. But we don't really, and also the whole like carting everything around to
Yeah.
different places is difficult, so we don't really do that.
It's bad enough bringing the books everywhere.
Oh my God.
So it's not necessarily theatre of the mind, because I think it's all, we prefer having, like the location of where everybody is in front of us.
I think if we ever did one of those like battle royale things though,
Yeah,
that would be
if
so
we do
cool.
that, I'm gonna build. I will build a thing.
Hell yeah.
We'll build an arena.
Ooh.
Well, you thought this podcast was long. Well, let me tell you, the recording session was
I'm even longer.
Longer.
Amy, no! We've told you no dick jokes.
No, I was saying I'm a long man.
Long man.
Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yeah, and special thanks to our patrons for enabling all of these top quality goofs.
Thank you so much. We love you.
We love a goof.
Once again, we have been recorded by Oliver Moore. He is our sound dude.
I have been Jenny.
I've been Amy.
I've been Keanu Reeves.
And that's it, folks. That's the show.